Hey guys, firstly, I'd like to address all the football fans in Mumbai. I hope you were there for India's game against Kenya at the Mumbai Football Arena in Andheri just a few days ago on the 4th of June. Man, what a game it was, man. I was there. I was cheering for the Indian team. I was cheering for Sunil Chhetri, and it was an amazing game to witness. What a win for India, 3-0 against Kenya. Nothing more you can expect, right? Chetri scored 2 goals. The second one was an unbelievable chip over the goalkeeper. It was a world class goal, actually, and yeah, an absolute all round performance, even from the defense to the attack. And probably the best game I've witnessed from the Indian national team. I've just watched two. That doesn't count for much, but even if I count the ISL and a few of the I League games that I've watched, this was probably the best game I've witnessed. What a tempo to the game, and with the tough conditions of torrential rain. I'll put in a few I'll put in a few videos in this vlog so that you get an idea of what it was. I am sure if you weren't at the game, at least you would have watched it on television. And yeah, man, what a game! It was amazing game. I'd like to get in details of it. India started with the tactical 4-4-1-1 and Sunil Chhetri playing behind JJ. JJ was a handful for the Kenyan defenders all throughout the game, and he scored an amazing second goal, a half volley from a tightish angle. And yeah, it was a thunderbolt hitting the top part of the net. But we'll get to that later. Let's start from the beginning. In the beginning, it was firstly, before the match even started, a felicitation of Sunil Chhetri, salute to the player he is and will be for all the future generations to aspire to a great Indian footballer who should be named in the same bracket if you count other sports as the likes of Sachin, Virat, but let's not talk about cricket. If you're talking about football, what Sunil Chhetri is to India is like what Messi is to Argentina, a true national hero, a national icon, and yeah, you just cannot discount that man. He has now scored 61 goals in 100 games. That is a remarkable achievement and something which we all as Indians should be proud of, be it football fans or not. So, after the felicitation, torrential rain started pouring down in Mumbai, and it was belter of a rain. The pitch was waterlogged right before the start of the match, and there was thunder and all kinds of things. I'm just glad that the match wasn't cancelled or anything. So the match started with tough conditions, and there were initial problems for India. The entire first half was dominated, if we will, by Kenya until the last 5 minutes of the game. Kenya were moving the ball pretty well, moving the ball through the air, because once India got the ball, they tried to pass and rotate possession and gain possession, but the ball just wouldn't travel from one player to the other because of the waterlogged pitch. And that proved a continuous problem throughout the match for India in terms of retaining possession and uh, moving the ball from side to side and gaining a possession heavy game, playing a possession heavy game. But no matter, even when Kenya had the ball, the best part of the first half was the Indian defense. I barely could see a few chances for the Kenyan attack, which were saved comfortably by Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. But the stalwart in the defense, putting in the last ditch challenges, heading the ball, being a huge central defender was Sandesh Jhingan. It was an unbelievable performance from Sandesh Jhingan and all the defense from Subhashish Bose to Pritam Kotal and his Sandesh Jhingan's partner in Anas Ethadikota. But why Sandesh Jhingan got the hero of the match in spite of Sunil Chhetri scoring 2 goals and JJ scoring a goal, and an inspired performance from even Pranay Halder was the sheer amount of defending that he did, and that too in tough conditions in the first half. It was crucial to India getting in at half time at 0-0 and not losing crucial ground in the match, not losing, not trailing against the Kenyans, and in the second half they could mount attack with when the rains had finally faded down. So that's what Sandesh Jhingan did, contributed to the match, and it was a hero of the match performance, which was rewarded to him. In the second half, in the later stages, he got a bad challenge and was taken off duly by coach Stephen Constantine. Hope he's alright and can play for the rest of the tournament. In the second half, India got into the act. India got into their own once the rains had faded down, and Pranay Halder started distributing the ball better. Udanta Singh came into the game a little more. So did Narzari and the others. Mostly the Indian attack of JJ and Sunil, who had been in sort of in the pocket of the Kenyan defenders in the first half, got into their own. Sunil and JJ looked like they were under pressure a little bit. Maybe weren't expecting this amount of crowd, but I hope they keep getting that amount of crowd and support throughout whenever India plays in the future, and they don't have to plead and do stuff like that. It's not becoming, and we as supporters should be there to support the national team always. Besides the point, but in the second half, in the first half, firstly, they had missed a couple of chances and hit their shots over the crossbar. But in the second half, they were more clinical. Chetri did look like he was under a bit of pressure for his 100th cap. Maybe the occasion had got to him a little in the initial stages of the match. He flubbed his lines a couple of times as well. But later on, a ball was played to him from a deeper angle, and he controlled the ball, and when it was in front of him, a clip of the heels from the Kenyan defender, and although the challenge was outside the box, the referee gave it a penalty. It was on the edge of the box, and later on Sunil fell inside the box, but referee decided to give it a penalty, and who are we to criticize the ref, right? Sunil Chhetri in his 100 cap, scoring the penalty for India, and the crowd going nuts. What an amazing feeling it was to be there at that moment, to witness Sunil Chhetri from close range. It was amazing. The celebrations from players were a little muted, but not from the crowd. It was an amazing feeling. Then, once that goal was scored and once India was in the lead, there was no looking back. Kenya were on the back foot later on throughout the game, and then from another attack, from a tight angle, JJ hits the ball on the half volley like a thunderbolt, and it hits the back of the net, and India ahead 2-0. The third goal, man, it was the best of the lot. What an audacious chip over the goalkeeper. It was not only one of the best goals that I've seen from the Indian team. It was one of the best goals I've seen. Period. It was He was on the run. The ball was not exactly in his control. The ball was ahead of him. It was on the run, and he saw the goalkeeper coming. Goalkeeper charged from his goal line, and it was a good move from the goalkeeper. He covered his lines. He was not on the ground. He was upright, and he had most of the angles covered. So on the run, the chip he made to make it above the goalkeeper and into the goal was one of the best goals that I've seen, man. And the score became 3-0. Chetri celebrated with his fans. It was a celebration in the stadium. Everyone went crazy and everyone went home happy. That's how a football match should be. Since then, since Chetri's plea and since that match against Kenya, now the tickets have sold out for today's game against New Zealand as well as the final. India are technically not in the final yet. Technically, they are mostly in the final. So for me personally, I tried to get the tickets for today's New Zealand game, but I'm here, so that was impossible. But I'm so glad to say that I got the tickets for the finals. I'm going to the final on Sunday, and yeah, go Team India, go the Blue Tigers. And on the topic of support, I must say, what a good concept the Blue Pilgrims is. These are the supporters for Team India who I assume go to every game. I think they have 2000 or something tickets reserved for them, or they book them well in advance or something. And it's an amazing concept. They sing songs, they do the Viking chant, they do all kinds of stuff We sang Dandanadan Gol, Vande Mataram are the big songs for them. And yeah, it was amazing being a part of that group, being in the same stand as them and cheering for Team India. In the end, Chetri came up and we did the Viking chant. It was an absolute amazing feeling to be over there in that stadium in the match against Kenya. So I'm very glad that we have that kind of support. The Blue Pilgrims. It was like being in the EPL or some European game where you see teams and the supporters chanting the team songs and everything, and it was like that. The similar atmosphere in the Mumbai football arena. So to end it, I'm glad that I got to be there at Chetri's 100 game. Indian. I got to see the Indian team play a complete game, a game which was not worthy of a side sitting in the 197th rank. It was a much better performance, maybe from a top 50 side, and that's where India deserved to be. India on a great winning streak for the last 2 or 3 years. They have won 13 of their last 16 games, and yeah, hopefully they win today against New Zealand as well. I can't be there, but if anyone's coming to the finals, see you guys there. Do like, subscribe, share, and comment in this vlog, guys. Do let me know of your opinions of the Indian team and maybe some domestic tournaments which are going on, which I can cover in this vlog as well. I'd love to do that. And yeah, subscribe to my channel, guys. See you in the finals.